What's going on, YouTube? JT's Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, we're going to be talking about Deathstroke Incorporated issue number 7. And I got some thoughts to say about this one. Like, they're kind of mixed, and like it's kind of a tough, like, I'm not sure what to make of all this stuff. So, because like a lot of stuff happens in this thing. Like, we get the backstory of Respawn, who is a character that has appeared in the Robin book. If you want to check out my latest Robin review, it's Robin number 12. I did mention that in that video to check this one out because I was going to be talking about the origin of Respawn, which is a really messed up backstory, all things considered. It's a really dark, and like we finally get the identity of him. For a long time, I was speculating that it was going to be Grant Wilson. It is not. Is it some sort of clone? It's a bit of kind of everything, and then some with this character. Like, I did kind of hear about like his origin, like the other day, somebody was telling me about it. And then I was just wondering how they were going to explain it all. But basically what Respawn is, full spoilers ahead, so in case you want to know, Respawn is a clone of Damian Wayne, who was injected with Slade Wilson's DNA, basically like a Batman Beyond situation with Terry McGinnis. And he was basically used as a guinea pig by Ghul for his own son. So like I said, Respawn was basically like, he was born that way, and he was pretty much tortured his entire life by Ghul. And there's a reason he hated Damian, because Damian was kind of born into privilege and treated all this way, and he was treated like shit. He was just a guinea pig, tortured the whole time. Yeah, like I said, Ghul just tortured this innocent child kind of the whole way, and he's just like, he was really broken as a result. Eventually he kind of made his way to escape, and he wanted revenge on Damian because of this stuff. But then he kind of realized that he was a victim of the Al Ghuls as well, so he has this pure hatred for that. And then once he saw Ra's and Talia, then he immediately fled because he was terrified of them. So he is a clone of that, and then Slade immediately sees it as he thinks, well, like at first Slade's just like, he thinks that he's just a clone of him, like a long lost son that like Talia kept from him, but he's not really. He's a clone of Damian, was also injected with Slade's DNA. So he's kind of a bit of everything right there. So like, I mean, I don't know how you classify him, because like I said, he has Damian's DNA because he was initially just a clone injected with super soldiers or Slade's blood. Slade now looks at him as a son because he lost Grant, and so he kind of sees this as like, I'm not going to lose Grant again, because that was kind of one of the things that sent Slade down a much more darker downward spiral. Rose just like, look, and then Slade's like getting ready to go to war. He's just like, we're gonna have to kill all these different people, and Rose is like, no, you ruined things with the family, like you've caused so much stuff. I'm going to have to stop you from this thing, like, Dad, you've gone a little bit too far. He's like, there's something wrong with you. Like, you are totally insane. And it's just going too far. Like, I have to stop you. But then Respawn chucks her out a window, and boom. So Respawn is now calling Slade Dad, and like, because Slade's considering him like a son of his. And these two are going to go together and go to war in Shadow Wars. So it's going to be Respawn and Slade working together. Rose is probably going to have to recruit Damian at this point to kind of help him stop Slade, because Slade's about to go really far with his dark plans. And obviously he's going to go and kill Ra's al Ghul after what he did to Respawn, like growing up. Because like I said, Talia was not aware of his existence. This was kind of a secret pet project of Ra's al Ghul. And it's kind of strange too, because like the Robin book was kind of doing an interesting job kind of crafting a little bit more of a sympathetic take on Ra's al Ghul, and like trying to making a little bit more likable, I guess, like the Zen master. And then immediately this book is like, no, we're going to show you the dark, fucked up stuff that Ra's used to do. So it's such a stark contrast, but you can totally understand Respawn's reasonings for hating the Al Ghuls. And you can also see where he initially, like, why he hated Damian initially, but then he kind of realized, you know what, he's been through some shit too. So he's as much a victim, so I don't blame him for all this stuff. So it is kind of an interesting, like, backstory. I'm not sure how I fully feel about it. Like, I don't think Slade really needed another kid. I'm not sure what the point of it all was. I'll just have to kind of wait and see what they do with this plot revelation. I'm glad it's not like some, like I said, it's a secret child clone thing, but he's not really like somebody that even Talia knew about. Like I said, he's kind of got a bit of everyone's DNA in him. Like he's got Al Ghul, he's got Wayne, and he's also got like Slade Wilson's DNA in there too. So Respawn's kind of a bit of everything in there too. So like I said, it's not just a straight child of like Talia and Slade, because like I said, it was a clone of Damien, who, because like a lot of them were defective, just injected with some of Slade's DNA. So it's almost like a Terry McGinnis situation where he's like, Terry had kind of two fathers there. So you got that going on there. And also in the epilogue, the Legion of Doom, if you will, is like, hey, this Deathstroke character is kind of going a little bit too far with things. And then Lex Luthor is just like, patience, let's see what kind of trouble Slade gets into first before we really kind of strive to kind of take him down. So there's that stuff going on there. Because like I said, there's also kind of set up after what happened in the Batman Incorporated thing that Williamson was kind of doing there. So there's a lot of interesting like pieces at play here. They're setting up Shadow War. They're also setting up Dark Crisis, because Slade's apparently going to have a big role in that event there too. So there's just a lot of stuff going on in the Deathstroke book that's just here to kind of set up the events of Shadow War. So all things considered, I got kind of mixed all over the place emotions on this thing. Not sure how I feel about Respawn being a clone of Damien / kind of child of Slade, and in some ways kind of a child of Talia and kind of a child of Bruce in a way. I don't know. It's just kind of a weird, really dark, messed up origin story. Like it's simple. You feel sympathetic for the kid after all he's been through, but it's just like, it's like a what the fuck were they doing here kind of situation with this thing. I'm not sure why they wanted to create like another Slade Wilson type kid. Maybe just for the story purposes. I don't exactly know. It's just I'm kind of questioning a lot of things right now with this particular story revelation. I'm just not sure how I fully feel about it. Maybe I need some more time to let it kind of settle in. But like I said, I don't think Slade really needed another kid of sorts. But we'll see what Williamson does with it, I guess. And yeah, I don't know. Thoughts are kind of all over the place. The artwork is really good here. I think this is probably some of the best artwork in this entire storyline here. And it'll be interesting to see how like the tension goes between the Al Ghuls and that. But like seeing Slade's reaction to Respawn's identity, and just seeing like kind of the Al Ghul in there, and then seeing kind of himself in there, and just like, look, this is kind of like a not really a replacement for Grant, but like, look, I lost Grant before. I'm not going to let what happened to Grant happen to another child of mine. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there, because like now we know in Shadow War that Slade is going to kill Ra's, and there's going to be now we know the reasoning behind it all, because like, look what you did to this child, you sick sadistic bastard. So I'm excited to see what happens next in Shadow War, and to see where all things play out from there. So yeah, if you have your thoughts on Deathstroke Inc. number 7, like I said, I'm kind of all over the place. A really messed up origin for Respawn. But we'll see where things go from here. All right, well, that's all I have to say. Like I said, sorry if my thoughts are kind of all over the place, because I don't know what to fully think of all this. Like, I'm still kind of like processing right now, but at least it's not like, oh, I had a child this whole time, like Talia knew she had a kid this whole time, just kind of kept it. That would have been really stupid. But the fact that it's done without her knowledge at least is a little bit better than just like some secret child that she had with Slade, because I think that kind of like takes away from her character a bit. The fact that she's like, oh, I had a secret child this whole time, just never told you about. That would have been kind of dumb. So yeah. All right, well, that's all I got to say about this issue. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content, hit the bell for notifications. Be sure to come back later on today. I'm going to be talking about like Detective Comics. I think I got Task Force Z. And then the other comic, I have to talk about Teen Titans Academy at some point. There's a lot of comics that came out, so look forward to videos on those. All right, well, that's all I got to say. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.